What do you want?
The views and opinions expressed in the following podcast do not necessarily reflect those of the DVM production empire. That's how you know it's good.
You're listening to the DVM production empire. Packed with content, millions of downloads, taking the world by force. Join the empire today at dvmpe.com.
Groovy.
Rancho, hi. Come on in.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for doing this. You're the best in the business. We've got about 3 events that we need you to do.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I think I can warm my voice up for 3 events.
Okay, yeah, well, we appreciate it. Like I said, you are the best in the business, and we're just gonna get started. We've got all the events right in front of you.
Oh, so yeah, I got the copy right here.
Okay, good. And so we're just gonna make this a first take, and whenever you're ready.
Starting December 13th at the Harvey Weinstein Women's Rights Coliseum, we have the Chris Kindle Mars. Sponsored by
Kanye West conflict-free soda biscuits.
We got your wrapping paper, your advent calendars, your nutcrackers, but beware the safeties have been taken off, so watch your fingers.
That's just great. Great job.
Thanks. I'm really excited for this event.
I didn't think we need another one for that. I think that was just perfect.
Okay. Well, I'm ready for the next one. Whenever you're ready.
No problem.
February 1st at the Harvey Weinstein Women's Rights Coliseum, we have Crochet Fest 2, Too Legit to Knit. You've seen the action on TV, now experience the intensity in person. We got your yarn, we got your needles. There's a cage match knit-off between 1976 champion Maureen O'Sullivan and 2016 champions Deb Mullen. Take back the knit.
And that's a take. That's a great job.
It's an exciting event. I think I'm going to take my children to it.
Yeah, you should definitely. It's fun for the whole family.
If there's one thing that my grandma said, it's like it's always just you have to knit to love in your heart.
Oh wow, that's very nice. Okay, we got one more to do, and then you're all set. Once again, just great job.
Thank you. I've had a lot of fun today.
March 15th at the Harvey Weinstein Women's Rights Coliseum, we have BabyCon 2017. The Who's Who in diapers, strollers, cribs, and baby tasers will be there. Expect the unexpected when you're expecting. Hashtag people be fucking.
Great job, Rancho. I like that little addition to the hashtag at the end.
Yeah, I hope you don't mind. I felt the copy and ran with it.
No, I think it's going to be great for our Twitter feed.
It's important to have a big presence out here.
Excellent. All right, thanks very much. We're going to have you back in a couple of months.
All right, that sounds great.
All right. He's right. People do be fucking. What's going on, Empire? This is Stupid's Talking Stupid on the DVM production Empire. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear, and we read the stupid so you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
No.
I got these deep-seated beliefs. I just had to get out, and they're like, ah!
I think
Right?
that's just guess.
Yeah, that's fair. Listen, I believe
listening.
people are always trying to find the best way to save money while creating a safer environment, right?
Always.
You can think of that. Maybe some politicians, some candidates are like, listen, I got these ideas for saving lives while saving dollars.
Okay.
All right. Drug sniffing dogs. Those are expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
If you could train any animal, has to be real. Any animal would be a drug sniffing animal. What's your go-to? Your gut, like, this is what I want, like, boom, turtle, like, you know.
Too slow. Get out of there!
Or is he just very, very
Get
thorough?
out of there, Sheldon! Get out of there!
Of course he'd be Sheldon.
I'm coming. It's like,
This is a bomb! Don't put him on the bomb squad. What'd I say? I said don't put turtles on the bomb squad anymore.
I thought it was their time.
Oh, I thought you were just being racist.
I gotta get a house one more day to retirement.
But it's like his rookie day. He just started.
Everything's just so slow.
There's a really long timer on this bomb. Who set the timer for 14 years?
We got 15 minutes to get out of here. Rah! Did I just go pick him up? I'm just going to go pick him up.
Oh, no, he just got out the front door. He might not make it over here in time.
Don't pick him up. It's just going to make him feel bad.
Like, how would you feel if I came over there and picked you up and carried you around?
Right? No.
Well, I mean, if I was incapacitated, you're not. You're perfectly fine.
What if you're just slow?
What if I just think you're not moving fast enough? Like, okay, fine. I guess I'll just do it.
Yeah, right.
Wouldn't you feel kind of demeaned? So yeah, what animal? What animal?
Monkey.
A monkey. A drug sniffing monkey.
Yeah.
Like a tiny monkey or like a giant gorilla. Like he would sniff the drugs out and then beat someone up.
Why do they have to beat someone up?
Because if a gorilla's snorting cocaine, he's gonna beat someone up.
Why is the gorilla snorting cocaine?
Because you see those giant nostrils. He's gonna smell it, and he's like, "Let me smell it a little bit more." I haven't seen a gorilla that doesn't look like he's gonna side eye a 20, going, "I could put that in my nose." Just
couldn't be a cat. That's for sure.
why not?
I'd
We
say
got
small
against
monkey.
cat.
They don't care.
Or his catnip, and they're just like,
Yeah.
they're lost for the day.
I'm done, guys.
Listen,
If you could do this and like stretches its leg out, would you leave the house? I don't think so.
yeah, you're on forums reading how to remove a rib.
Like, he tried this. He fell off the couch. No, I think monkey. I think like a capuchin monkey.
Ooh, it's a fancy one.
Yeah.
There's a Phoenixville mayor candidate,
Not a real place.
Dave Gottrew,
Not a real person.
proposed that if elected, he would look into getting drug-sniffing bunnies for the police department.
Oh no.
Yes, tiny little cuddly bunnies going buck, 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 hiding your Easter eggs. Here to take your drugs. He was deadly serious too. He was like, "No, I'm
these rabbits."
like when you hear someone say, "I'm going to get drug sniffing bunnies," you're like, "Oh man, this guy, he's a real character." He's like, "No, I meant it. Drug sniffing bunnies. Look at me. 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 Floppy ears, floppy crimes." You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like, what are those two buddies doing over there? They work together. They're not supposed to be doing that. And then they got into the ecstasy, and one was like, "You're so soft."
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Have you felt me?
Your ears.
They're
like,
I thought those were your ears.
I hear everything. My ears are huge. You know what I want right now? You know what would just be great?
Wait, like a pizza?
No,
No.
just a giant carrot.
Oh my
And
god,
it would
me
be out.
too, dude.
You could hear it going
Oh man,
like the crunch. It's such like an auditory crunch.
Dude, but fucking Tim over there, he's eating chocolate.
What are you doing,
What are
Tim?
you doing, Tim? What? I don't get him sometimes, man.
Are you grinding your two big teeth? Or am I just the only one?
Your first sounds different.
It's usually a whoosh, 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 whoosh. And now it's a whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Yeah, so you get it.
I get it. Tim doesn't get it.
You know,
What are you doing, Tim?
Tim, I've been having some bad luck lately. Can you help me out?
Tim, can I get some water? Anyone else?
It's like I got a hair in my throat.
Anyone else? Ladies and gentlemen, Buddy's on ecstasy. You heard it here first. And
Coming
you
to
heard it here
TNT.
last.
We know bunny drama.
Animal Planet Late Night. McGregor's Farm.
Fuzzy's on patrol.
We got two rabbits here. We can think they're high on ecstasy. We're going to bring them in.
Now, what makes you think that they are on ecstasy?
What is your hat made of straw? Isn't that a weird word? Hat?
Like, why don't they call it hair cover?
Oh, McGregor had a farm. That's because it's you. I don't care about any other stories. We can just do buddies on ecstasy for the next hour. Let's just... I don't feel like hopping, but I feel like I gotta.
What about the inevitable SVU spinoff? I want to pet the rabbits, George. No.
Okay, I may be high on ecstasy, but I think we should stay away from that one.
I'm gonna wear you like slippers.
And him. What is Tim doing? Tim! Don't let that guy pet you. He doesn't understand.
He doesn't. He just doesn't get it.
Where's that water? I'm going to go to the big bottle. Why don't we drink out of this thing?
I know. There's a pond right there. The ducks are always like, "Dude, you can just drink from this," but they poop in that.
That's right. That's right. Hey, Tim.
Tim, do you poop in this?
Do you poop in this bottle?
Tim, is that why you never talk to us?
Tim, why don't you talk to us?
Why has Tim never moved?
Tim, why is your neck broken?
What?
I told you not to let him pet you. I told you.
Oh my god. I mean, like, I know you poop a lot, but there's no way you're gonna be. Oh, he is a slipper now. Dude, Tim is fucked up.
Tim, why are you a slipper? Oh yeah, he's not gonna talk to us.
You know, I've heard of putting your foot in your mouth.
But
Tim, you really take the foot in your ass. What is this? Almost 10 minutes of bunny talk. So anyway.
So much for doing an hour. You didn't tell me there'd be ecstasy bunnies.
You know what I called the story?
What?
Drugs Bunny.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It's like Bugs Bunny, but with drugs. No, so it's like Bugs Bunny.
I just realized, we did that entire intro. But we didn't incorporate any of the stories, really.
Oh.
So that's why I was shocked that I didn't know it was called Drugs Bunny. I'm like, we just did the entire intro. Why didn't I know the name of this? Oh.
You know, it works out fine because I didn't really get a good enough name for the third story.
Perfect.
So Dave Goattrue.
Not a real name.
No, it's totally his name. You know what his slogan is? Vote for Goat.
Oh, shit.
Yep. Vote for Goat. He has a website prominently featuring a cartoon goat. Said he was a party.
Why does he have to go to the goat thing? Why can't he just go like greatest of all time? Why does he go that route? Rather than... And why isn't a goat? Is it a drug sniffing goat?
Because that would put
Don't hide them in your tin cans. They're going to find it.
He was at a party last winter and talked about possibly entering the race. He'd mentioned that he'd like to get the borough some canine officers to combat the drug problem he sees in the area, but the dogs would be a big expense. Someone at the party told him that Lancaster police were using drug-sniffing bunnies, which were much cheaper. He was like, "Oh, that sounds real."
So I just saw something like a dog was expelled from a drug-sniffing program because they just said it wasn't her thing.
Well, there was one dog that was expelled from being the canine program because it was too nice. Like,
maybe it's the same one.
This dog is just
way too nice.
Tim, have you seen this dog?
Tim,
this dog is so soft.
that dog's supposed to like be biting him, but he's not gonna.
No, like
he's super chill.
I bit him, and he's just like, "It's okay, man. I get it."
Tim.
So he called Lancaster. He called the Lancaster Police Department, though he couldn't recall whether he phoned the police department or the city offices. And a woman, whose name he does not recall, confirmed to him that the police were using the narco bunnies.
Her name is like Nancy, like Moose Feeler.
My friends call me Bunny, and they let Bunny sniff all the drugs. You have drug sniffing bunnies? Yeah, I sure am.
Just got home from the club.
He said the woman sounded convincing. Afterwards, saying, "I should have Googled it then, but I didn't."
She's like, "Guys, I just got off the phone with this guy, this goat something, and he asked me about drug sniffing bunnies, and I told him it was real."
Oh my god! If that's the same guy, I ran into him at the Christmas party.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Blah blah blah. I want to be a mayor and help everyone out, but I want to get dogs, and they're expensive." So I was like, why don't you just get a bunny? It's like half price. And he was like, I'm going to.
Save so much money. He's an idiot.
Tim, you remember when I was telling you about that guy? Tim. Where is Tim?
I don't know.
Who let Tim out?
When was the last time we were hanging out with a rabbit?
4 lines ago?
And the fact that he talks back.
Well, we have to get really hot
This
for him to
stuff
talk
is
back.
great.
This catnip is amazing. Lancaster City Police Lieutenant Bill Hickey said it's unlikely anyone in his department confirmed that, saying, I can assure you that we do not use any type of rabbits in our law enforcement activities, nor do we have plans to.
Oh, no. Sorry, Tim.
Yeah, so the goat made a post on Facebook saying, egg on my face. Last evening at the mayoral forum, I mentioned that Lancaster was using drug bunnies as lower-cost alternatives to canines.
I was dumb.
Shit was lit, fam. Some of my family and friends assumed I was kidding. A friend of mine told me they had used them, and when I called, they told me they had with success. If chosen as mayor, I had planned to explore it further and meet with them and the chief. Obviously, somebody there decided to have fun at my expense. I take this mayoral run serious, and I'm looking for creative ways to help fight the war on drugs. I had assumed I had done my due diligence. It supposedly is fake news. It was not my intent to make a joke of a very serious situation. I would not bring it up in a forum had someone at Lancaster had not confirmed it to me. I mean, drug-sniffing dogs, got it.
Got it.
Drug-sniffing bunnies, obviously fake. Is there another kind of animal that you'd be like, oh, that could probably be a drug-sniffing animal? Like, I think pigs have a really good sense of smell, don't they?
Yeah.
Because they use them to hunt out truffles, if I remember correctly.
Right. But unless it's like truffle drugs, they're not going,
Hey, man, you haven't felt the natural high
of a good
of a truffle butter, then you just aren't living. Tim, tell him about the dessert you had.
Tell him about the truffle butter.
Okay, he's busy right now.
Yeah, being a slipper.
He ate so much. He's stuffed right now. Yeah, so what he said was, this is going to sound very strange, what I'm going to say.
No.
But I found some information, and I called Lancaster City. They actually use rabbits, believe it or not. So, obviously, if I'm the successful candidate, I don't want to have a meeting with myself and the chief. He said they currently have rabbit sniffing, for drugs, and they're about $1,500 apiece. So he confirmed that the chief...
I need about $350.
What do you need a $350 for?
For this rabbit.
Why you need
The rabbit's gonna smell the drugs.
Rabbits can't smell a drug.
This one can.
A $1,500 drug?
$1,500.
Well, I believe that.
Well, there you go.
Here's all my money.
Okay.
And
now,
whatever money you have left from that, I want you to use it on a Halloween costume.
Okay.
And not just any Halloween costume.
Which one?
Well, I mean, some places might describe it as a child World War II evacuee costume.
Yeah, other people will say, get that girl a diary.
Because this Anne Frank costume for girls is hot. It's coming off the shelves hot. People will be loving it. They can't wait to purchase it. Actually, it was removed from HalloweenCostumes.com because you shouldn't be selling an Anne Frank costume as a Halloween thing. As it turns out, it's in poor taste.
Yeah. Terrible taste.
The costume,
just like Justin Bieber when he went to visit the house and he wrote in the guest book, she would have been a believer.
which just sounds like someone with a cold. It's like, do you love Diva quite? I think you'd be a believer. The costume featured a blue long-sleeve dress with an elastic beret and over-the-shoulder brown bag. The item's description read as follows. We can always learn from the struggles of history. Unfortunately, World War II shook the world in a way that no one could have foreseen. It created some unexpected heroes.
And nobody could have foreseen? Okay, finish.
It created some unexpected heroes where even a young girl like Anne Frank with nothing but a diary and hope could become an inspiration to us all. We could all learn from someone like that.
I can see it now. Boy, that war, that was worse than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought a bunch of people were going to die.
A couple days, people shooting at each other.
Maybe
but
a long weekend.
No, I couldn't have foreseen how terrible that World War was.
Yeah, it's like everyone everywhere was fighting all at the same time.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I thought it was going to be bad. I didn't think it was going to be like World War bad.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like Sopranos.
It was just like a clever name,
Yeah, and it's all branding,
Right. What was that on Family Guy once? He's making a comment. He's like talking about World War I, and he goes, "Why are you calling it one? Is something else going to happen?"
I don't want to see the sequel.
People need to stop doing things like this and thinking that they're anywhere close to being a good idea.
Yeah, I don't understand why they would do this. Karen Pollock, the chief executive of the Holocaust Education Trust, said, "Why would anyone want to dress up as Anne Frank, a young girl murdered by the Nazis, for Halloween?" She's got a point. Yeah. That's a fair point. I mean, it's like people going around in blackface, it's bad. People go around in brownface, it's bad. People go around in AnneFrankFace. Come on.
Well, you go back to when Prince Harry went to Halloween. I went to a Halloween party dressed as a Nazi.
No, that was Flag Day.
Oh, okay. No, but he went dressed as a Nazi, and I'm just like, where are your people?
Right.
You've got to have some sort of handler or something like royal.
Of all the people, I feel like maybe you should catch it.
Hey,
Smithers, do you like my costume?
Oh.
I just got it.
Know that my brother was murdered in the Blitzkrieg by the Nazis. One might call that poor taste.
Oh, this is very expensive. It's rich taste.
No, I'm just saying it's in bad taste.
No, I'm going to a pretty killer party.
Your Majesty, I'm not one to cast aspersions, but people are going to believe that is in poor taste.
Well, you can't be casting anything. It's not a witch costume. It's not.
Listen, you little shit. I raised you your entire life. You're not going out like this. Gods, seize him. What happened to Smithers? I don't know. He flipped out. What do you think of my cool Nazi outfit?
Yeah, he got it for me.
Yeah.
He said, "My brother wants you to wear this or something."
Brother, I don't know. I wasn't listening. I'm gonna marry the chick from Suits.
Oh, God, he's so lucky. Gets to be a prince and marry her. Whatever.
And dressed as a Nazi. Wait, what? Sorry, no. Just the first two.
Living the dream, what
Just
I'm saying?
The first two.
I mean, how do you think he got her?
All the tea he wants.
As it's for him, we call it a tee-hee party.
No. Tim,
did
you just hear what he said?
Tim, he's a T-sexual.
He just said a tee-hee party.
Tim, you want to go to my tee-hee party?
Tim, you got to start involving yourselves in these discussions, or we're going to think you're rude.
You're always over there, but you're never saying anything. Like, we know you've got life experiences.
Tim, share them.
We see you go through this shit.
Share them, Tim. Don't keep it to yourself.
All right, well, fuck you too. Public relations specialist Ross Walker-Smith from HalloweenCostumes.com responded with a criticism by saying, "We sell costumes not only for Halloween, but for many uses outside of the Halloween season, such as school projects and plays." Ross Walker-Smith.
He goes, "We sell."
We cut the prices from here to here.
Down from 10 to 9. Tim.
When you put the items in your cart, you'll notice this is not the final price. You still have to add taxes and shipping, and that will be the final solution. We offer several types of historically accurate costumes, from prominent figures to political figures to television characters. We have passed along the feedback regarding this costume and it has been removed from the website at this time. So there's a couple things there.
Hey, hey, Ross. How's the Anne Frank, how's the Anne Rice costume doing?
Well, it's pretty popular amongst, it seems like, teenage girls.
Yeah, they really love those Interview with Vampire books.
Yeah, they get a lot of that, and it goes with Edward costumes.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Why does she have a Jewish star on her?
Oh, it's a silver star. It gets rid of the vampires. Ooh. Did
you mistakenly put on an Anne Frank costume?
No, it's Anne Rice, the author. Yeah, she wrote a diary.
You don't know who Anne Rice is, do you?
You said Anne writes a book. Got it.
What? How many can there be?
Yeah, I mean
2.
Like,
what about the one on the train? Anna Karenina? Yeah. Did you make one for her? No. Just Anne Frank? Totally.
You can make your own Anna Karenina costume.
You don't know who Anna Karenina is.
Well, it's a good thing you took both parts in that little bit of it.
No,
I don't know who you're talking about.
It's a book. It's called Anna Karenina. I know it sounds like a drug. Anna Karenina.
Tim, are you on the Karenina again?
You're on the Karenina.
God damn it. Smoke so much Karenina. So we sell costumes not only for Halloween, but for many uses outside of the Halloween season. All right.
Passover.
Give me five instances you can wear an Anne Frank costume outside of Halloween. Go.
Holocaust Remembrance Weekend.
1.
A plus book report.
2. You have to emphasize the plus.
Yeah, because you're getting an A+. You come dressed as that and to do that book report. I'm sorry, you just are.
Meanwhile, there's a kid Tim over there is like, he read Mein Kampf.
Oh, no.
He's dressed in his costume, too.
Tim, we got to talk. National Diary Week.
3.
You are actually playing Anne Frank in a play.
4. Powder Puff football game.
Oh, no. 5. There you go. I was going to say, you wanted Helen Keller, but they were out.
To be fair, she doesn't know what she was wearing either. She was dressed as Anne Frank as well. She wrote a diary. It was just a bunch of lines. We built a word search around it.
It said water. I don't know.
It's a bunch of zeros and ones.
She wasn't like binary. What are you talking about?
I don't know. What? You can't work with numbers?
Tim.
Tim.
You know shit.
Do you know
who Anna Karenina is?
Do you know who made Microsoft? They want you to say Bill Gates, but no.
It was Anne Frank.
Anne Frank. She wrote it in a book.
And Helen Keller ended up doing it.
Yeah, Helen Keller. She just sat there with 2 buttons, a 0 on the left hand, a 1 on the right hand, and she just tapped away. It's not like she had anything else to do. Tim, why aren't you writing this down?
Tim.
We're giving you solid stuff for your autobiography.
This is gold, Tim.
Now, when you go to a restaurant,
like I do,
there's like you go to a chain restaurant like Chili's or something. They have all their food is prepackaged, pre-made. They just kind of heat it up for the most part, right?
Yeah.
But if you go to like a one-off restaurant, like is a family-owned place, you kind of expect fresh food. They make it themselves, like, and if they tout it like farmers market kind of farm to table,
artisanal.
Mm-hmm. You kind of expect them to make all the food in-house.
Yeah.
Right? Like
from scratch.
Maybe they'll get something like a pre-made, I don't know.
Something.
Like maybe they'll get their desserts brought in. Like, listen, we don't make the desserts. We get pies from Sheila's Pies down the street.
Sure. Which
is fine. You're like, hey, not our pies, Sheila's Pies. We sell Sheila's Pies here. Come for Sheila's Pies. Like,
hashtag Sheila's Pies.
Hashtag tart ass bitch.
How much does it cost? $3.14.
She makes no money.
All because of a math joke.
Her husband, is mathematician, will not let her charge more. Sweet Dixie Kitchen in Long Beach, California. It's a popular breakfast spot.
I was going to say, woo, Sweet Dixie Chicken. It's hot out here.
So like my grandmommy always used to say, ooh, Sweet Dixie Chicken. Kitchen. Why can't I say? Stories about chicken. Sweet Dixie Kitchen is a restaurant specializing in comfort food with a southern influence.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's in Long Beach, California. It's a very popular breakfast spot. Recently got put on blast by someone. Well, in his review, he said, before my friends and I got seated, we saw them quickly bring in 2 large boxes of Popeyes to the kitchen. Popeyes chicken.
Oh.
So Sweet Dixie Kitchen is importing their chicken from the Popeyes down the street.
Okay.
This person ordered the fried chicken and waffles, and he said it tasted suspiciously like Popeyes. Almost. I wonder why it's so suspiciously. You just saw it. Yeah. I mean, to be fair,
don't
Popeyes.
Be dumb. You just saw it. Like, don't be. It's suspiciously. Yeah, you saw it. Don't be stupid. Maybe they ran out of chicken.
Well, see, he kindly asked the waiter, was like, how they cook the fried chicken, and after he admitted that they don't cook the chicken, they just use Popeyes. That's what they use for chicken. That's all they've never cooked chicken there.
Okay.
That's all they use. The owner saw the review saying, we proudly serve Popeyes spicy tenders, the best fried chicken anywhere and from New Orleans, which are delivered twice a day. We also, in case you need to know, buy our gumbo from a friend who sells it at a local farmer's market. It's like,
you're getting a little shitty about it.
Yeah, not only that, but they are bringing the Popeyes chicken in. Like, they're just going to, like, give me a 2-piece spicy to go. And then they're upselling it at their restaurant.
Right. Well, that was going to be my next question. I was going to say, is it for an upsell? Because I could just, just go get it and then go home and get a box of Eggos. Call it a day.
We promote usually small batch local producers in our menu. The exception is Popeyes. We can't fry at this location, and the fried chicken I love so much, and I ate a ton of it in Atlanta, so I serve it. So, okay, then open a Popeyes.
Yeah, get yourself a franchise.
I have my breakfast spot, and I serve other people's food, and I charge it for more. Well, there's got to be some kind of... Like, I understand...
No, because
it's
a distribution thing. I mean, you can't...
But it's not a distribution thing. They are going, and they're sitting in the drive-thru.
Well, that's the other thing, is Popeyes now.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Well, they do now.
The owner also added to the response that we don't mill our own flour or grow our own veggies.
You're.
I'm sorry. We don't spin our own fabric for our napkins. What do you want to do?
You want to talk about something?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not a blacksmith. I can't make our forks.
I don't know. My thing's like it should be. It should be like, I think it should be put on the menu.
She said, I tried Costco chicken, I tried Restaurant Depot chicken, and then I went to dinner at Popeyes and knew this was the chicken we had to use for our store. It's the best chicken.
This is chicken for me.
It's like, who in your family owns a Popeyes? Why are you so gung-ho about Popeyes?
Well, like you said, as long as they know, I mean,
they're certain. But the thing is,
think of another restaurant that I've ever heard where they have.
But like, if you go, like, let's say you go to Morton's Steakhouse,
right,
and then decide you want something that's not on the menu, and they're like, all right, you're like, I really want a pineapple pizza. And they're like, okay, well, we're gonna get you some Domino's and charge you $80 for half a pizza.
Yeah,
is that kosher?
Yeah.
No. Like, just the whole idea of restaurant A ordering from restaurant B and serving it at their own prices.
I think so. I think it is because...
I mean, how is that any different from, oh shit, we ran out of Miller Lite, let's go to the next bar over with some pitchers and walk them over and then pour them. It's not.
There's no law against that.
Well, I mean, what's the deal? Because this is a very, like, it's not like you're buying food from a food distributor. They're sitting in the same drive-through as you, and bringing the chicken back and serving it as their own.
Basically, the one thing I mean, we used to, when we worked at, used to bring in Serpino's Pizza. Like, we didn't make the pizza.
Right, but that was...
And we upcharged for the slice.
That was a known thing. Like, hey, we have a partnership with this company. We're selling their food here. We're not like... It's not like
I'm
we're...
just saying, you go to Morton's Steakhouse and you say, I want a pineapple pizza. It's not on the menu. You know they're going to have to go somewhere to get the pineapple pizza.
Or they just won't serve it to you.
Or they'll say, no, fuck yourself. But if they say they are like, totally, whatever you need, so this is Morton's Steakhouse and we aim please.
Okay, it doesn't have to be Morton's. It can be just some whatever bullshit restaurant. It doesn't have to be a fancy place that bends over backwards for rich people.
Okay. Well, still, they're like, boy, I wish you guys had pineapple pizza. Well, I know where I can get some, and it'll cost you this much. Okay. And then they go and get it, and as long as they're willing to pay for it. I mean, are you thinking it's not fair to the customer, or it's not fair to, like...
I don't care about fair.
The pizza place.
It's not that it's fair. I think that it's kind of bullshit, just in general. Like, sure. if you're going to be... If you're going to be acting as a restaurant...
Right.
Maybe serve your food. And they say the restaurant, they say that they make about 95% of the food that they sell in-house. So, like, for instance, with their quiche, they say they crack an egg and measure spices and cream and then pour it into a pie crust that was made elsewhere. So, like, it's the same thing. Like, it's not, though.
Right.
It'd be one...
Go ahead. I'm just worried about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of ridiculous that a somewhat we'll call it a fancy breakfast spot is selling fast food as their menu.
Right. No, I agree. That's the thing, is the whole thing is it should be like you put chicken and waffles featuring Popeyes, blah 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 blah. And then they factor in for why or how they get it there. Is there one close? Are they upcharging because they have to bring it in? Are they upcharging because they have to go get it? Or they have to whatever? I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying.
Owner Kim Sanchez said that she reached out to the franchise owner of Popeyes, where she gets the chicken, to try to create a partnership, but has not heard back yet. So it's not like they're working on a partnership level. Like, this is just they're standing in line to be a customer. It's like, hey, I'll take this. Like, okay, hold on.
That's what I'm going to say. Either Popeyes is going to come forward and say, sure, why not, or they're going to say, don't do this, because they're pairing their food with other food. And it might be a false representation of what Popeyes is.
Yeah, because at this point, that chicken's been sitting around for a while.
A little while. Like, if they bring a bunch of it.
She said that they go to get it twice a day. So let's say, even so, if you had chicken that's been sitting around for an hour, it tastes different.
Right.
It tastes wrong.
You put it in they put it in the oven
to crisp it up a bit.
Yeah, crisp it up a bit. I don't know. It's weird. That's a weird one.
It's not as weird as, instead of getting a divorce, just running away for a decade.
Okay.
Malcolm Applegate, a 62-year-old.
Not a real name.
No, it's totally a real name. He was married to his wife for 3 years before he finally said, done with this. I can't take the nagging anymore. And he made his way from Birmingham, where they lived, to London. He made half the journey. It took him 3 weeks to make the journey. He made half the journey on foot after his bike was stolen. He kind of leaned his bike up against somewhere, and someone was like, "Ooh, free bike!"
Kung Fu it. He's walking the earth.
He said for 3 years it was all right. We got on with one another, and so he's a gardener. So he said we got on with one another, and gardening got too much for her. She said, "Why don't we have more time together?" And I was like, "I'm sorry. I keep getting recommended to people because I'm a really good gardener, so I'm just working a lot, like trying to support us, and I'm doing what I love, and I'm super busy working."
Right.
She got super pissed at him, like, "You're always working, you son of a bitch. Stop working all the time." He's like, "I'm just gonna leave."
Right.
So just picked up one day, didn't tell his family, didn't tell her, didn't tell anyone. He just like, "I'm gone." Fucking left. He went and
I could be a gardener anywhere.
And so he decided to, he was camping in the thick woodland near Kingston, southwest London, while working on gardens at a community center for the elderly. He spent 10 years living in the woods, just working on gardens at an elderly center, rather than be with his wife.
Yeah, we're just gonna go.
So, yeah, sorry, honey. I can't stand your cooking. Your mother's always nagging me. And your sister has lived here for 3 months, and I don't know when she's going to leave. I could just talk to you about this, but I saw a really comfortable rock somewhere, and I kind of want to go snuggle up to it. Plus,
it's also like
there are some rabbits doing coke.
The office space, like it's basically the office space thing. It's like, hey man, my marriage is terrible. I don't know what to do. I think I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stop going. I don't want it anymore. Bye. So like I said, he didn't tell his family. And his family just assumed he was dead. Like, his sister spent a lot of time calling around everywhere, trying to find him, and didn't talk to her for 10 years. She was like, "Yeah, he's definitely dead. My brother's dead." So he wrote her a letter saying, "Oh, by the way, hanging out over here. Don't be mad." So she called him up crying and was
hey,
like,
how's it been?
It's like, "Listen, don't be mad, but I'm alive, and I just couldn't deal anymore, you know?" Yeah, you ever have a bad day?
It's like, I'm not sure if it's, so like the guy who was married to Olivia Newton-John, was like pronounced like dead, like they thought he like drowned or whatever.
Okay.
But apparently the whole idea that like they
Like,
think
was he out was he out in a boat and they're like, "Oh, he must have drowned."
I think so.
Okay.
But then I guess he like someone who looks just like him like recently resurfaced, and they're like, "Is that hey buddy?"
Hey.
You know, and he's it's not me, but I think it's him. And so my whole thing is because like even Olivia Newton-John like still kind of looks like, I mean, granted she got a lot of work done and everything like that, but
Right.
but what kind of woman is Olivia Newton-John that you're just like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going on the boat.
Okay.
But I'm not coming back.
Oh, well. Can I have your boat?
Well, it's going to get lost. If they find it, that's fine. But I'm going to ditch it. And that way, if I ever get found out, I can just be like, I hit my head and I had amnesia. What? I'm married to Olivia Newton-John? That's sweet.
I don't know, man. Have you really have you thought this through?
No, but I think I'm going to do it.
Have you gotten anyone else's opinion on it?
No, I think it's just Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Tim, what do you think?
Tim, we got this idea, right? He's gonna go out on a boat and just never come back.
I'm just not coming back. What do you think?
What do you think? Like, say nothing if you think it's a good idea.
Well, he twitched his nose. Do you think is that a good? It's a good idea, Twitch.
Is that like bunny sign language?
I think it is. I think it's.
I don't know. Yeah. So the more work he took on, the angrier his wife got. He's just like, this. God, this sucks.
I'm just gonna go.
just gonna go. I hope you got your stuff and things. And
I mean, you're upset I'm working, so you must have some plan to have no money. Because you're upset for me for making money, so I'm just gonna have to go ahead and assume that you've got a great plan that you haven't told me.
Yeah, let's hear it. What's your master plan?
You know what? I don't need to know. I don't need to know because I'm gonna go. And you have fun. Take care of her, Tim.
It's like if Philip finally got tired of Evelyn. He's like, no, I can't do this anymore. But I don't know where he went. He just up and disappeared one day.
Coincidentally, we have a new neighbor. His name is Paul. I'm actually Philip.
He sounds like Philip.
She doesn't. Shut your yapper.
He acts like Philip.
She doesn't know it's me.
But he's way more handsome. I think I'm going to go over there and talk to him.
I'm wearing a baseball hat.
I love a man in a cap. It's like, ooh, what kind of bald spots is he hiding under there?
I've trained rabbits. She comes over here, they're going to bite her face.
I love it when rabbits are really close to me. You know, it's just like when you're close to the earth, I'm close to bunnies.
I don't think I thought all this thing out. I think
you know, the trick is I just say so much to him, he has no idea what I don't like. He bought me an Audi.
I really wanted an Innie.
Yeah.
Tim, do you hear that?
Tim, get it? It's like a belly button, but it's a cup. You know,
listen.
God, he's so wrapped up around the foot. I mean, like, you got the flight or the fight, you know? Flight ran away for 10 years hiding in the woods. Fight is like if you're 11-year-old and someone decides to jump out of the bushes on Friday the 13th dressed as a clown. Because, you know, we didn't get enough clown shenanigans this year.
Nope.
Might as well have some for Friday the 13th.
Nope.
And everyone knows if you're going to attack someone, it should be a child. Because that's definitely not going to be worse for you. You're thinking, oh, 11-year-old, I bet I could scare the fuck out of him.
Right.
So a clown, blue-haired clown, jumped out from the bushes at a kid. The kid was biking back from school shortly before 6:30 p.m. when a clown with a rainbow-painted face, red foam nose, a green long-sleeve shirt, and black boots jumped out from behind a light pole in some bushes. The boy said while the clown never made physical contact with him, he did reach out and attempt to grab the kid. And he was afraid the clown was going to attack him, so he decided to beat the shit out of him with a selfie stick.
Deal.
We have finally... The worlds collide. It's like the world of selfie sticks and people dressing as clowns who finally had a collision.
The face.
It's like, what would you do? Why do you need a selfie stick? Well, you know, these clowns, right? What if a clown's coming up and you all you have is your selfie stick, right? What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
You're gonna take a picture first.
And you're gonna beat the fuck out of it.
Hashtag Rillin' bitch, and then I'm gonna beat the shit out. But my phone's gonna be in there the whole time, so I'm gonna be live streaming it. So I'm gonna, you stupid motherfucker, trying to get me on this fucking date. You think I didn't prepare for this shit? Damn! Get this motherfucker.
All of a sudden, Tim springs to life.
He's like, yeah, I got it.
Now it's his face on.
He pulls a knife out. Like, what?
What?
Oh my god.
No wonder you're so quiet. She was waiting for the moment.
Tim gonna have to cut a bitch. What?
No.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say something else.
No, just...
So, you got another story out of Florida. This is an old Florida. But this is an old Florida that is not the person's fault who's it's about.
Oh, no. Oh, rest of Florida.
Daniel Rushing.
Not a real.
No, he's totally real. 64-year-old man was arrested in December 2015, right? You're thinking, wow, are we talking about this right now? Well, there's been an update. He was arrested when Corporal Shelby Riggs Hopkins spotted flakes on his car's floorboard and thought they were pieces of crystal meth. Because obviously it's Florida. It's going to be crystal meth.
Gotta be crystal meth.
Rushing told the officers it's likely sugar from a Krispy Kreme donut he just ate. He's like, nah, that's probably meth.
No, meth.
I'm going to test it. So he tests it and tests positive for meth. Yeah. You're thinking, wow, this took a turn, right?
He's like, did I do meth and not know it?
Yeah, his roadside test is like, yeah, this is totally meth. State crime lab.
No wonder I wanted another donut.
I had 14 donuts, and I'm a diabetic. I've died twice since I started eating. The state crime lab did more tests on it, figured it out, like, yeah, it's donut glaze, buddy. It's just donuts. I don't know where you guys got meth from. This is just donuts. Cop's like, haha, whoops.
Yeah, whoops. How many people did they put away for?
I don't know, but Orlando police ended up training more than 730 officers how to properly use the field test kits.
Well, now's the time.
Don't you just hate it when you're like, you're at your job, right?
Yeah.
What's your job? What's your job?
I'm an actor.
Okay, so you're so like you're out there, right? And they're like, okay, we need you to read your lines, right?
Yeah.
And you go to read your lines, and like you're reading it, and you're saying the words, but sir, it sounds like you're like, I know you're trying to say these words, but all we're hearing coming out of your mouth is, give me crystal meth.
Well, that's what's written on the page.
Okay, but it sounds like an admission of guilt.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we called the police.
Okay. Every time.
I know. We've been shooting this ad for months. Haven't found a single person that doesn't do meth.
I love it. They're like, should we read the book on how to use this thing? No, just put it in. It'll probably come back at meth.
No, I've never read the instructions a day in my life. I put together 14 IKEA dressers, and 3 of them are still working. You think I'm going to read a book now?
No.
I don't need directions on where I'm going.
No, I don't.
I don't need to be told how to make love. I sure as hell don't need to learn how to click on a little meth calculator.
That went somewhere weird.
I'm just saying, I don't need no books.
Right, Tim?
Tim ain't need no books neither. Listen, like, Tim, tell him, Tim.
I'm glad that he's doing stuff now, but he's just kind of staring at me, sharpening the knife, and it's a little weird.
Yeah, but look how cute he is with that badge.
It's true.
Tim. He got he was awarded a settlement for like,
oh yeah,
my bad. Got $37,500.
That's a weird number.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was like half of $75,000 what he was going for. And they're like, hey, listen, you want just call it halfsies?
Halfsies. Your Honor, we've invoked halfsies.
Objection!
What?
Your Honor, I object to halfsies.
But I thought you just came to that agreement.
I kind of want allsies.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to, Your Honor, we're going to have to, since we did invoke halvesies and they did agree to it, we're going to also have to do Gleason versus no takesies backsies.
Your Honor, if I may interject, there was a pre-trial agreement of dibs.
Oh, well, there was a pre-trial. It's like, right, but that gets, once the agreement is fortified, no taxes, backsies is not precedent.
Your Honor, if I could, we have the state of Florida versus Nuh-uh of 1948 has shown that this court rules in favor of Nuh-uh.
Your Honor, I have a surprise witness.
I object.
That's we just normally we would let them know ahead of time, but he just became available. And we would like to call him.
Is it Usher?
No, it's not. I'm sorry.
Okay, then I object.
Okay, I'm going to call him to the stand if there's no objections.
No, I'm definitely objecting.
That's fine, but if Your Honor agrees,
yeah, I'll allow it.
all right. I'd like to call Tim to the stand.
Tim, you son of a bitch! You tell him. You tell him I called dibs. Tell him. Tim, just tell him you were there. You could clear this whole thing up.
Your Honor, I'm going to take his silence and sharpening of a knife as a...
Why does he have a knife in the courtroom?
I don't know, but he can.
God, Tim is so cool.
Tim's so cool.
You know who's not cool?
No.
Reza Muzami.
Pronounced Karenina.
No. Yes. He's a piece of shit that was found guilty on dozens of charges, including sexual assault, exploitation, sexual interference, and human trafficking. His 11 victims range in age from 14 to 19 years old. So obviously, his first course of action after being sentenced to 23 years behind bars, his first thing he's going to do is file a lawsuit alleging some newspaper coverage of him besmirched his name.
Your Honor, they called me a human trafficker. I ain't never put any humans in any traffic ever.
No, that's what sidewalks are for.
That's right. Whenever I was moving people illegally, we always used them on the sidewalk.
Mm-hmm. We took back roads.
That's right.
Bike paths.
Because we didn't want to get found out. They besmirched me, and I want money. I'll take $37,500.
Oh, that's meth donut money. The suit claims that words published in the Vancouver Sun newspaper and National Post newspaper ruined his good reputation and character. Words used were either directly or inadvertently defamatory, especially given that many of the alleged accusations were proven false in court. The lawsuit doesn't actually outline which aspects were unfair or which accusations were proven false. It only lists dates the newspaper ran stories where they were allegedly defaming him. The convict is seeking $250,000 costs and any other relief the court may deem just and equitable.
Ridiculous.
He was convicted of 30 charges. And he's like, hey. It's not like I was convicted of 31 charges.
Right, if I was convicted of 31, I'd be fine, but I wasn't. I do not understand what they're talking about.
Now, you guys are making a big deal out of nothing.
Yeah.
Talk about making mountains out of molehills.
Right.
Like 30 molehills doesn't even make a mountain. It just makes a sweet BMX track.
Totally.
Where I trafficked people. Kind of makes you want to blow up the world.
No.
Oh, okay, I won't. Because there are some good kids in Minneapolis. You know, if you when you were in school, you had substitute teachers, yes,
right.
And did you ever have like the same one year to year? Like you'd see, like, oh, it's Mrs. So and So, she's back, she's covering today. Like you'd have substitutes that could cover multiple.
Yeah, we had a really old guy. That was a huge pushover. I couldn't remember what his name was. But every time he was there, we were like, oh my God, we're doing nothing today.
We had one substitute teacher whose claim to fame was she was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, yeah.
So in the scene when he's running through all the backyards, there's a woman that comes out of the house holding a bowl of potato salad. She's very far in the background. You can't really tell who it is, but that was her.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, that's cool. And I went and I watched the movie and I saw it. I'm like, I can't even see her face.
Yeah. My high school drama teacher was in 16 Candles.
No one cares.
Oh.
This is about substitute teachers.
I'm just saying.
80-year-old Walter Erickson is a retired teacher who's been a substitute since 1991. So he retired and he's like, I bet I could be a sub. And he's been a sub for over 20 years. One of the students said, honestly, I've never seen a sub so old you would think he would be retired. I was like, well, he is. But then he's like, these kids, they need me.
It's like Dead Poet Society.
Almost every day of the school year, he is at Champlain Park High School. One of the students, Katie Blodgett, says, he's just impacted so many of our lives in amazing ways. He's the kind of substitute teacher where he connects with us more on a personal level, and he obviously loves what he does, and it makes it more encouraging for us to learn. He had been saving up to pay to get his wife cataract surgery and some much-needed dental work, and when the students found out that the surgery wasn't covered by what he had, they decided to start a GoFundMe with donations coming in, like a lot of small donations coming from students and everything, but there was a ton of people doing it, right? The initial goal was to raise $500 to help him out. The latest number that they had was $13,905. Wow. The community and the people at the school have raised He was overwhelmed by the students' generosity, saying, "I know my wife will appreciate it very much. Thanks a lot, really a lot." And he says,
He took that money and he disappeared.
He went to garden in the woods.
Garden in the woods.
Well, no, he said he's not going to stop teaching for a long time.
No, he might need a hip surgery, and then they'll only go find me.
He's like, "Oh my God, her Lexus stopped working." Well, her what? I mean, her teeth. Her teeth stopped working. They're stuck in first gear.
I think they said it's a transmission, but I don't know.
Yeah, you know, those European teeth. Yeah, take him to a special dealer.
Right, Tim? Tim knows what I'm talking about.
We bought the car from Tim. Yeah, he stole it from a guy.
At knife point.
Yeah. There was some guy that he was a witness of at some trial for, like, they were talking shit about him, and he's like, "Tim, hold my car for me."
Now, there's just a little bit of meth on the floorboards, but we got that cleaned up.
Yeah, we just
it's either meth or a Krispy Kreme donut.
We just always carry.
Who can tell?
We always carry donut holes because either way, you're good.
I love donut holes. They're my favorite. Anyway,
it makes you wonder, where's the rest of the donut? Am I right?
Where can they find
you can find us individually on Twitter at Patrick Newsom42.
That's right.
At Hungry as a Bear. That's me. You can follow the entire DVM Production Empire at the DVMPE. You can find this podcast by looking for at Stupids Tweeting or going to YouTube or Facebook searching for Stupids Talking Stupid.
You can find all of our other podcasts on DVMPE, like Aerocast and Flashcast. And soon to be our newest one, Two Bunnies on Ecstasy Talking. And that's going to do it for this week. For Stupids Talking Stupid, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear.
And we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, Tim.